Hello, 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 Wits and Brains subscribers. We are here to have an amazing conversation today. Me, Catherine, and I'm here with the lovely Casey. Hello, Casey.
Hey, hey.
We are talking about giving your competitors a big old wedgie.
Nice.
What pops to mind, Casey?
Well, I just got this visual of these big old underwear up over someone's head.
That's right. That's what we're talking about today. Making our competitors uncomfortable. Some people feel uncomfortable about making their competitors uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what? It's business, and business is not for the weak. So if you make it too easy for your competitors, guess what? They take your clients. So there you go.
Yeah.
Be smart. Be smart. Smart about your company. Be smart about your industry. The smarter you are about your industry, the less likely you're going to make a big old humongo mistake. And that makes your competitors uncomfortable.
Yes. When you can talk it and walk it, that makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You have to be a constant learner as an entrepreneur.
You better. Every day. I mean, I tell people before you go to a like a networking event, before you go to anything, honestly, if I have to talk about a morning ritual, this is one thing that nobody ever talks about. I tell people learn one thing before you leave your house for the day. And I guarantee you that will be your conversation somewhere. I had a big crowd around me at one of the networking events there by you. I had a big old crowd because I learned something about orcas killing great white sharks that morning. I didn't know anybody there. Somewhere I put in, hey, did you guys hear? And then someone did and someone didn't. And I ended up with
Catherine.
12. I ended up with like 12 people just sitting there listening to my conversation. That's like money. That's money. Being confident scares people.
Even if you have to talk about orcas.
Orcas, I mean, I've had weirder conversations than that. So,
oh my.
Be confident.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a person that, you come out as a confident person and then you get a weird vibe from them?
Oh, yeah. It's called I'm uncomfortable vibe. Like, yes. You're making me feel some type of way.
Yeah. Talk about a wedgie. How about that?
Pretty much. Yeah. With the biggest, widest pair of whitey tighties that you can find.
I'm telling you, because confidence is power.
Yeah.
You don't have to even be the prettiest. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't even have to be the most successful. But if you're going out there and you're feeling pretty dang good about yourself, it makes some people, not everybody, I mean, other confident people aren't going to be scared of it, but it makes competitors feel uncomfortable.
Agreed.
Because look at her. Look at her, not her confidence.
Yeah. I think kindness too. Like when you can be kind in any given situation and people would expect you to act differently, that makes them feel uncomfortable. You're pretty much like sucking it to them and you're like, yeah, I really am killing it with kindness right now.
Well, I have literally had people comment on, every time I meet you, you seem very happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I really am happy. I can't fake it. You can't fake it for years. You can't fake happy for years. No, so I really am happy. If that's a level of confidence, I don't know. But
I think just people, happiness. Yes. Happiness makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Because, maybe they're wondering, maybe I have top-notch, high-level secret that makes me so happy. I don't know, but it can make your competitors feel uncomfortable. I always bring up networking because I know that puts a lot of people network a lot. I network a lot. And you're going to be networking in the room with your competitors.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're going to get a big old wedgie. So,
yeah.
Or
you know what? Also,
you get the wedgie. What if you get the wedgie? It ain't
you
good.
you better pick it and figure out why you got
Pull
it
it
in the
out.
first place. Like, get rid of that thing.
Yes. New panties. You do not want to be the wedgie getter.
You don't.
And let's talk about the secret of making your competitors uncomfortable. Sales. Sales is a secret. You make the sales, they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
And
to piggyback on that, so something that leads up to the sale for me is giving free advice. Like if you're at a networking event, especially, and you're just sitting there and you're talking to someone, and let's say, someone in the same industry is at the next table or whatever.
Yeah.
And they hear you like offering information at no charge, that makes your competitors so uncomfortable, but that helps you make the sale. Like by you offering stuff and being, forthcoming and giving, like that helps you close the deal, and it makes people uncomfortable.
It makes them uncomfortable. How dare you?
Yeah. Like I charge $150 for that information,
Right.
like, for an hour of my time. It's like, great.
I literally, just within the last couple of days, have an initiative with my company where I've been reading up on small towns and how they're dissolving and dying, and it has nothing to do with their abilities or whatever, but it has to do with, let me just say some things about the world. So it has to do, so they're struggling. And so with my company, I go and offer small communities, American small towns, revitalization support. And I'm giving them free leadership.
That's awesome.
And so, first of all, it's just a fun thing. I'm so happy I'm at the place where I can do that. But what you just said has happened to me. People are saying things like, well, that's not right because I'm charging for whatever. Well, I'm still charging. I'm in business, but I have this online thing that I can do now, and I don't need your okay on it. I guess I'm giving them a wedgie. I'm giving them a wedgie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sales, confidence, being smart about your industry, all these things. I have a visual where I'm yanking.
I know. You keep doing the pull up.
So, I mean, what else do you think is important with giving them a wedgie? I mean, have you ever given someone a wedgie and you feel bad about it? That happens too sometimes, because you don't always mean to make people uncomfortable, but sometimes it happens in business.
So I have not necessarily in the space of them being a competitor. So I have a dear friend who basically so some of our services overlap. And I apologize for the delay. I was trying to think of like a way to put this, but we have an overlap in services. And I am very aware that, well, I felt like it was misleading. And I told her this, and this is where the wedgie came in, because I was like, you say you offer X and I offer X, and they are very different. So it's really important for you to explain what yours is, because this is very misleading. And, she offers it more of a support role as opposed to more of a strategic role. So it was like, I had to have that conversation. It was uncomfortable. But now, the conversation has been had. The it's been mitigated, whatever. But yeah, you have to, even when it's not a competitor, sometimes those conversations give people wedgies. So
Right. Well, that is phenomenal that you brought that up, because I literally, which shocks a lot of people, work with a lot of coaches and consultants who hire me to make their business better.
Mhm.
Well, sometimes we have similar businesses.
Yeah.
I have my own unique way of doing my business, and then they have their way.
Yeah.
And people have said, oh, why would you grow other people's businesses? Well, first of all, there's plenty of business. Second of all, we do things different, but it's I still respect them in their way, and I have no desire to give them a wedgie. So, but it's like, it's good to have that conversation, because I 100% always do.
Yeah.
Here's what I do. Okay. So, hey, somewhere, say on our website, because we were talking about that, somewhere we use the same wording.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one coach does not equal another coach.
You got that right.
Yes. So it's different. I mean, both of us, we say the word consulting,
Mm-hmm.
and we have different worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have different worlds. So it's like, that's important. That conversation's important.
Yeah, it is. And it's important for you to provide clarity to people as well. Like, I've had people come up to me and they're like, I don't know if I should refer you or this person. And I'm like,
right.
And I don't know what that person does. And then that sparked a conversation for me to meet with that other person, say, okay, what do you do? Because people are unclear, like, who to refer to who. And I just have the conversation and we establish our differences. And, we might do the same things, but they might be very different. And pricing is also a big factor. Like, there's a woman in town who offers social media at about 1/3 of the cost that I do. And again, our approach is very different.
Yes. There is something unique about both of you. And then the client has to say, oh, I want this.
Yeah.
I want this approach. I want this strategic planning. I want that kind of thing. This is good stuff right here today, because we're talking about, it's okay to make someone you may even like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
A part of business is they're uncomfortable or I'm uncomfortable. Sometimes it has to be one or the other in different scenarios.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be the one with the wedgie.
Agreed. I don't like wedgies.
Good to know, right? Good to know.
Yeah.
And so it's like I was just talking about the word consultant. We have to make it clear. So you need to know what you do.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, know what you do.
To that.
Yes.
I can't wait to talk about that next week.
Speaking of next week, we're talking about consistency. Be consistent. And it's going to be it's going to be a day of Casey. We're talking to her, getting her expertise. Be consistent without making people yawn.
Yes.
She's a marketing expert, and she's going to give us her little tidbits of wisdom. And after you watch next week's episode, you should hire her. How about that?
Well, thank you.
All right. You do not want your possible clients, to yawn. So next week, hire Casey, because she's bringing the wisdom. We've talked about wedgies today. This is what we do with our lives, people.
Yes.
We work, and then we get together and we have these conversations that are smart. And I hope you laugh through the entire things. So subscribe to us. And next week is a Casey extravaganza.
And in the meantime, don't get a wedgie.
Do not pull out.
Take care until next time.
Bye.